3, 2, 1.
They say humans are social animals. They can't live alone. But you can live pretty well by yourself. I tell you, instead of feeling alone in a group, it's better to have real solitude all by yourself.
Yes. Every week, baby. We are here, man. Welcome to another one. Another healing experience, you know what I mean? Another time here for us to come together, decompress. It's a holiday.
It is.
It is a holiday.
Happy Juneteenth, Dwayne.
Juneteenth, baby. Yes, feels good. Somebody texted me today. They were like, this is my first Juneteenth, man. I'm excited to celebrate it, man. And you should be. You really should. Before we move any further, to my left, my voice of reason here, James Webb. I'll be here.
What's up, everybody?
How you doing, brother?
Good, man.
Yeah, we hit the streets, baby.
We just got home from the streets, man.
Just got back from them streets, bro. There's a lot of good shit happening once again, because we've been right on the ground with these protests, man, and it doesn't get every time I go, I get like this, like, all right, I kind of know what to expect, you know what I mean? I know we're gonna go, blah blah blah, march, that type of thing, but like it still like hits me, bro, like every single time, like when you finally sit in it and look around, and I know I've said this, it's probably the third time I've said this on this podcast, dude. You look around and just see how many people are behind what's going on, dude. It's just like it is very emotional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a different world, bro. This is definitely gonna be the new normal. I gotta say, I don't think we're going back to how things were, bro. Like it's just, we're not changing everything overnight, but we are actively working towards changing things, and it's fun to see that people know what they like. People know what they're asking for too. You know what I mean? We saw a speech from a few people who were asking for very specific pieces of like legislation, very specific things in terms of reform for departments like police and all that stuff. Like it was just very like it was very. There was a direction. There's a clear direction.
Yeah.
That we're going in, you know what I mean? And it's definitely driven emotionally by, the injustices that we've been subject to and everything. But this is not just an arbitrary, as far as the people leading this movement, as far as the people that are being seen and all the organizers that I've seen and all the protests we've seen, I don't think any of these protests we've gone to has been led by people who did not know exactly what they were trying to accomplish. Even the one with the 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
Dude,
that was one of the best marches I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
The one organized by literal children.
Actual kids.
Was incredible.
Yeah. Like this is what I'm saying, dude. This is the world we living in, bro. Like it's and it's so good to see, man. I have a lot of confidence for future generations to just know that they don't have to. For a long time you didn't have to put up with what was going. You didn't have to agree with what was going on, but just speaking out against it, being outwardly enraged by it, or showing that it upset you, made it people cast aspersions on you. You know what I mean? Especially in the black community, but especially in the black community. You know what I mean? Constantly,
right? We
would see situations of, oh, were they being racist, or were you just feeling some type of way? You know what I mean? And that's what I'm most like touched by, is like that shit's done now. You know what I mean? People are stopping to acknowledge the fact that, I felt like this as a black man, as an African American. I felt like this. This bothers me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm
not dismissing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bringing this out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You know when somebody's upset about nothing. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, man? I just can't get, you know what I mean? Why? What happened? It doesn't even matter. I'm just mad. That's not what has been going on. You know what I mean? People are truly seeing themselves done wrong, or people that look like them done wrong, and we were bringing it up, and we were bringing it up, and we were bringing it up, and for so long people were just like, I mean, yeah, that sucks, but it's just the way things are. It's just done now, bro. That shit is done. And that's what I That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling when I'm out here and I'm standing side by side with everybody and I'm looking to see what's going on. You know what I mean? And because it's like we can't be ashamed of just being black, man. You know what I mean? That is like a true. That's why I like this holiday. I can't believe it's taken. Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna say I can't believe it's taken so long for this holiday to be acknowledged. Man, our country has actively tried to change history or hide certain aspects of it, and people do that. That's a real thing people do. You know what I mean? They've been doing that since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
People record history the way they want it to be recorded. You know what I mean? That way, you remember the good things. You remember all these heroes, all this stuff you see throughout history. These guys that were heroes, but they were people with flaws, like you, like me. You know what I mean? Who probably made poor decisions at some point in their lives, but you don't know a lot about that because you just know the hero worship. You know all that stuff. You know what I mean? Now take that to what's got black people upset, where we know we have a history too that was stolen from us, hidden from us, and basically we were lied to.
It's still being stolen.
Yeah.
I didn't know fucking Beethoven was black until yesterday, bro.
You know what's funny? Yes. The fact that that's trending on Twitter is something that I don't know everything about black people. I know I don't. Okay?
Right.
But I grew up with a dad who was would bring me home, and a mom too. Both my parents would bring me home at certain times and be like, you want to learn some other shit about black people? You know what I'm saying? You want to learn some real shit? You know we had a black president before we ever even had a fucking government? You know what I'm saying?
What?
All of those founding fathers. Yes, there's a man, you can look that up. There was a man who basically was the leader of their delegation. Before they turned into the first Continental Congress and all that stuff, there was a black dude that ran they shit for a while. Yes, that's a real thing. You know what I mean? Beethoven was black. And it's this is stuff I knew, but I would feel crazy for knowing it. You know what I'm saying? I would feel fucking crazy, dude. I would bring this shit. People that's not true. That's not true. No, this is real, man. And this is history that is stolen from us, taken from us, and taught, not even taught. Try to get to be erased so that you can keep an ideal of what you want a certain country to look like when you yourself stole it from other people too. You know what I mean? That shit's over now. That's what to bring it back to Juneteenth, man. Juneteenth is not the day we were liberated. Juneteenth is the day we found out.
Yeah.
All right, we were liberated 2 years prior to that.
Yeah.
For 2 years, black people were working as slaves. Free. Nobody was telling them they were free. They just let them work. And then somebody eventually, they were just like, oh, we wait, you mean we're free? We've been free for fucking 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I'm gonna fucking celebrate. You know what I mean? I gave you 2 extra years of free labor, bro. 2 extra years at every turn. And then that's where we are, man. I was talking to somebody last night about the 13th Amendment. It came up again because they were just why is it that the 13th, what is your issue with the 13th Amendment? This is one of my white friends. They asked me, well, what was your issue with it? You know what I mean? Because Juneteenth came up, and I talked about us finding out, and then the prison, all that stuff comes up, because it's not, as soon as it comes up in my house, if we're talking about stuff, racial reform and stuff like that, I don't let up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't let up. I'm not badgering my white friends. I do not endorse badgering your white friends. I'm not saying hold these niggas up against the wall and be like, learn this shit. You gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? If they not listening, get to them. But
get new friends.
Or get new friends, yes. But if these conversations come up, dude, I do not walk away from them, man. I lean into them.
Yeah.
You know? So we got to talking, man, about just a lot of the frustration, especially when we talk about the prison reform and all that, what we're looking for, We've talked about defunding the police over and over again. The prison system is basically privately run and everything.
Yep.
The reason it ties into the 13th Amendment, for those of you who don't know, who may be watching, is what they said. The law wasn't that, you were free. The law was that you could not be a slave unless, you could not be subject to slave labor unless you were a criminal. If you were a criminal, then, you could do slave labor, you know what I mean? Because you broke the law. That's how they work. Same time, they also passed loitering laws too. So now it's illegal to just be standing around. All right. You got all these people who are free now looking for work. A lot of these people would get arrested standing outside of places looking for work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just like, I'm here, wait, because now we're all free. It's a lot more people, a lot more bodies. Obviously, there's not as many jobs, there's more bodies. I get that. So we're standing here looking for a way to make a living. And they would just come round them up. Boom. And now you're back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of frustration that that you're seeing. That's where all of that frustration comes from. Those things like that, where the community kept the system, everything worked against us for so long. And we're finally being heard. And that's just the start, though. And that's the thing. It's the start. I saw this meme not too long ago. I think because it was a comic that came out in the New York Times of a black man helping a white person up a mountain, right? And they got to this like mountain ridge, and at the bottom of the mountain it said, learning about injustice, or I forget what it said exactly, but learning about injustice.
Sure.
You see the white person's like, oof, man, I'm tired. You know what I mean? Like, and the black person is like, he points up because there's way more. They're like halfway up. He's like, no, it's more shit. That's where we are. We got more shit to do. People don't start feeling like, I know there's a lot, especially, with our allies. You're going to see this a lot. You're going to see people say this a lot. And I need you to hear it from this perspective, you know what I mean? In case you may feel like, people are coming against you, because I know there are people who have felt like, they've been doing what they can, especially, white people, our allies, all that, who have felt like they're doing what they can, still catching criticism, all that stuff, you know what I mean? What exactly is I'm trying to say? Is that what we're saying is that you've been awakened to what's going on. You've been awakened to just how deep this goes. You have finally chosen to look into the pit of darkness that your ancestors created in this country. You know what I'm saying? And you're finally seeing that this shit goes way deeper than you could have ever imagined. But we have to go in to clean it up. We have to. We got to go in to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just one thing to finally, you've been ignoring this trash, this landfill for all this time. We have to go clean it up now. You know what I mean? So that's where the start is. That's where all this is coming from. And it's hard work, man. It's hard work. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not gonna be. It's not supposed to be. It's not always supposed to be fun.
Right.
However,
I have to say,
yeah,
the cleanup efforts for the last 3 weeks have been kind of fun.
Well, I'll give. Let me let me work my way there. This is not supposed to be fun.
All right.
For you. All right. Yes, it's not supposed to be fun for you. Okay. It has all been fun for me. I have to say this time. And that's the truth, though. I'm not trying to say, I'm not trying to say that white people need to be miserable right now. But you need to understand and feel the full weight of what's going on. You know what I mean? That's the only way you acknowledge. You got to acknowledge the pain, isolate the area. You know what I mean? And begin the healing process. Begin the therapy, the physical therapy, the labor that it takes to work past that. All right, you know what I mean? And that takes time. That takes hard work. You know what I mean?
I feel like if white people, the worst thing that's happening to them because of this is they're uncomfortable. We're getting off pretty easy.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro. Again, I keep bringing up that police dude because the words he used are so specific. He echoed the feelings of so many people that look like him, okay? Why is it now when I leave my house, all of a sudden this uncomfortable feeling now? I am looked at as this predator. I am looked at as this evil person. I am looked at as not friendly when you don't even know me. You know what I mean? You just look at me and you see something negative. And these people have been feeling like this for 2 weeks. Okay. You have been feeling like this, and they can't take it. Did you see that, man? I watched that video. It makes me laugh so hard.
We're treated like thugs.
The
We're
way
treated like animals.
in his eyes, dude. He was just like, "These are good people. These are good people." It's like, I'm sorry, bro.
Are they?
Yeah. Are they? One, are they? Two, coming from a community that has said that exact same thing to you.
For doing nothing.
For standing outside looking for work. For selling cigarettes to my own people. For taking a jog in my own goddamn neighborhood. My life comes to an end. But you're upset because you can't go get a bagel without somebody being like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, my McMuffin is cold.
Ooh, now you got a little attitude. Now the dude at McDonald's gives you a little attitude now when he toss you that McMuffin. Now all of a sudden what is this? I can't deal with this. This is not what I signed up for. Well, guess what? I didn't sign up for what I got either, all right? I was born like this. And for my whole life, I was told, or I was led to believe, not by, the people close to me, but by the society that I lived in, that it was an issue. The fact that I had this color on my skin was an issue. And it just really feels like for the first time, man, for the first time, it truly feels like in my lifetime that everybody is like, we were wrong. You know what I mean? We were wrong.
Yeah.
We were wrong to not acknowledge that fear. We were wrong to not acknowledge that pain. We were wrong to not acknowledge these issues simply because they did not affect us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where your heart is, man. You know what I mean? You want to be able to have a heart and try to touch people who can't do anything for you now. That's the society we are told that we live in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is what's preached to us as kids. Day one, you're taught about the amendments. You know what I mean? And all that stuff. So the thing you teach me is, which is crazy. We were talking about these protests and how the police at first were coming out in force.
Yeah.
Right? You're telling these kids to basically not do the thing they were taught on their first day of school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The first thing you're taught is that you live in a land where you are free to say what you want. You are free to, free speech, free press, freedom of religion, freedom of community. You know what I mean? You're free to do that. First Amendment. You know what I mean? But now you're using the Second Amendment to keep me from doing the First Amendment. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking wild. And you expect me not to have an issue with that? You expect me not to feel some type of way? You know what I mean? Because it's directly affecting me? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting up with it. I can't. And it's good. It's just nice to finally feel like I'm not, or black people we're finally not being looked at as just angry people. You know what I mean? That's what's got me that's what's got me overwhelmed. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I'll go out and sometimes I want to chant and I don't chant and I just listen to these people. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was doing the chanting, when I was out there doing it, I was angry. You know what I'm saying? Now that doesn't mean I need to stop chanting, but I need to hear you chanting now. I need you to chant for me now.
Yeah.
Okay? I've given my time. I've given my energy. This is how we feel. We've given our time, our energy, our literal lives to fucking see better in this country. And nobody wanted to do anything. Or no, they wanted to do just enough. You know what I mean? Just enough. Hey, just take this. Hey, look, you can take. Got some success. We got some successful black people. You know what I mean? Hey, you don't see Klansmen out now, right? Hey, right? That's what they be telling us. Hey, you don't see. I ain't never seen it. You know what I'm saying? Charlottesville happened, right? I literally had somebody be like, did one of those person have a robe on? I had somebody talking to me about that day. Did any of those people have robes on? Did any of those people have things? Dude, they had the fucking effigy. They had everything but the robes. Mm-hmm. And that's just because the robes are illegal. That's it. You know what I mean? That don't stop them from wearing them. That don't stop. So, I'm just saying, it's finally we're at a point where the world is really listening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is. We have to find ways to have these discussions. You know what I mean? We do. We need to find ways to have these discussions and really tap into what's going on. We need to, we need to keep showing more and more information. We need to keep preaching this message. We need to keep expressing how deep this rabbit hole goes. You know what I mean? It filters into everything, man. One of the things the lady talked about was something that she felt like was a demand, is that we should have access to high-level healthcare. And that's something you don't think, the people don't understand, because we talk about how, they talk about, especially to talk about how COVID has affected, black and brown communities, disproportionately, you know what I mean? And I know that metric will be used by the other community to prop up that, hey, you know what I mean? They just messy. They are always, you know what I mean? Look at them. They're dirty. They're sick all the time. That's what that other side will use to try to put against us. But what you will fail to acknowledge, what you know what I mean? What you don't acknowledge and what you refuse to acknowledge, because you know it's wrong. If you acknowledge it, you would have to acknowledge that it's wrong, is that even the healthcare system is built so black people cannot get healthcare. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is built so that we cannot get the same medicine that would make us better. It's built like that. It's built to make it more expensive for us. It's built to make it more difficult for us to get insurance. It's built for us to have a harder time to get medicine. Don't you see the evil in that? People, like, don't you understand? You understand why I'm upset. You don't see the evil in my own country, my home, telling me even if I was sick, I'm not going to give you medicine because I just don't feel like you deserve it because of what you look like. I'm telling you, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And we have to keep talking about it, dude, especially on days like today. We do need to celebrate, Juneteenth and what it means. It's not just a celebration of black people being free from slavery. It's a celebration of black people in this nation. What we mean to it, how we built it, how we fucking, from the ground up. All right? From the ground up, from day fucking one. All right? When you got over here and you realized you ain't want to do the work yourself, you went and got black people to do it. And then you made us do it. We didn't pay us for it. Told us we should be lucky to even be doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And still do that to this day. You look to us to drive your culture. You look to us to drive your anytime you look at a new trend, where does it always start? A dance trend, a fucking clothing trend. It always starts in our community. I refuse to see it because you can trace it all back, bro. We just talked about Beethoven, bro. You can trace music back to a black man. But you told us he wasn't black. You know what I'm saying? Yes. It's jealousy. It's fear. It's fucking. It's the whole base. It's the whole idea that you came down from the area you lived in, and saw this society, saw how they thrived, felt like you didn't fit in, and instead of trying to understand why you didn't fit in and maybe what made your society, personable and everything, you just said fuck it. I'm just gonna take all they shit because it looks cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks cool. Somebody says, how come, when you say Black Lives Matter or, you say Black Power, I can't say white power, you know what I mean? And I saw that, it was another meme that I saw, you know what I mean? And I pay attention, it rings so true, you know what I mean? I can't take credit for this, but it rings very true. I say Black Power, I say that type of stuff because that is my community, that is my heritage, you know what I mean? That's the history that I know because the history that I had was stolen from me. So all I know is I'm black, right? Okay? Now, in the white community, you know what I'm saying? You have, you have German, Irish, you have, all the different European cultures and stuff like that. There's a pride for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
You have stuff like that.
There's an Oktoberfest. Every country has its own thing
exactly,
if you're white.
Right?
There's
that's
no such thing as white culture, dude.
That's a culture, but that's an individual group of people.
Right.
That is a culture. But when you came to America for basically to have the numbers, you washed out all the individuality and just said, we're all white, man. We're all white. So you boring. I'm sorry, white. Y'all boring. You're boring and you're boring. All right? We fun. Okay? You just mad because you can't have fun like us. I have truly, James, do you know how many times I have seen the true frustration throughout my life of my white friends who can't find a rhythm to save their life? Oh my God. It's one of, those are a few moments in my life where I would truly watch people just be like, how do you just, and I would be like, listen, you can stop. They're like, I'm trying. It's like, I just can't. How do you do it? I had somebody literally be like, how do you do that? Like they asked me and I was just like, it was just like, literally we were just dancing. It was a normal vibing with the beat. And he straight up pulled me aside and said, how do you do that? I was like, it's crazy. So you whitewashed your own culture. You're jealous of ours, and instead of allowing us, because it's funny. You learn about what you learn. What have you learned about our community, James? We will welcome you in. We don't give a fuck who you are. We will welcome you in because we're taught to love thy neighbor. We're taught to love each other as people, not because of what we look like. Yeah, we got issues. No one community is perfect or whatever. We got issues and stuff, but we are more open to letting you in. You know what I mean? The people that already lived in this country on this land, what do? They let them in. They ain't know these motherfuckers from Adam. They people on a boat. They ain't know nothing. They let them in because they saw those people were dying. They say, you're dying. Okay, we're gonna teach you how we survive here. You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff that our communities do. You know what I mean? And the issue we have with yours, you know what I mean, is that you don't do that. You close off. You build these walls. You fucking build a wall. 45. You build these walls. You create this separation. All right. All this stuff to keep us away from what you have hoarded for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And now guess what? The world is burning down around you. And what do you got right now? Well, what do you got? Some money? You know what I mean? Some fucking you got a couple buildings now. You got like, you know what I mean? And what do you got? You know what I'm saying? You don't. You guys see the world is coming apart. But also it's funny because you say the world is burning down around you, but you fail to realize when you come over, if you come over there and look in that wall, the world is moving on without you. It's not burning down. It's moving on without you. And you want to stay stuck here. That's what we're trying to break. Don't stay stuck here. The world is moving. Guys, the world is moving. I'm sorry. I don't care what your ties are to whatever. You feel like it's just whatever propaganda. The world is moving in this direction. NASCAR, it's moving in this direction, bro. It is. Okay? You can't stop that one dude. You know, the one dude quit NASCAR because he didn't like the direction NASCAR was going in. That dude never came above 30th in any race.
33rd, I think.
33rd was the highest he got in one race. Yeah. Nigga, go. Nigga, we don't need you. You might as well drive for fucking Amazon, all right? Get them packages out. Goodbye. We don't need you, all right? We are moving on without you, bro. We are.
Amazon.
Go drive. Go do something. Go drive. What else you got to do? What? You know what I mean? You want to stunt drive for some Fast and Furious movies? Can't do that. It's too many people of color. Boom. Got you. I guarantee this nigga gonna be driving next year. Don't let Ray Kickarelli. I don't even know what the fuck his name is, but I guarantee this nigga gonna be driving. Just don't nobody care. Even his fellow NASCAR people were like, who was that?
Yeah.
There's people in NASCAR that were like, who is? I mean, okay, well, I guess he's retiring. I didn't even know he was racing today, but okay, I guess Ray is gone now. And you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do, lip your jersey? You didn't even have a number, bro. I think he had 3 different numbers because he was never important enough. Anyway, I'm saying this world is moving, bro, and you gotta move with it. That's what's happening. Everybody's gotta understand that. You gotta move with it. And we spent all this time trying to push you in that direction. You kept telling us no. So you know what we did? We went around you. You know what I'm saying? And you're just stuck right here in this ocean. It's like when we're in the middle of that protest and we're filming, you see all these people. That is a microcosm of what's going on with this world, dude. Mm-hmm. This little sector of the community wants to stay where they are. So we just gonna go around you. You know what I'm saying? At this point, we don't need you. Don't need it. That's why you're losing your jobs and shit. All of a sudden, you poke out that bubble. Hey, what's going on here? Ah! Hey, you probably shouldn't do that. They're getting you out of here, bro. You're gone. You're gone. Don't care what. Don't care how big or small the offense is. I love that lady. I'm sorry, say what you want. Call it being spiteful, being petty. I've earned the right to be petty right now. I love that this lady fucking lost her business. Her husband lost his job simply because they felt it was their right to stop a man and ask him what he was doing. You know what I mean? And chastise him for doing what he did. And you saw that video. They tried to play around this lady, Lisa. You
talking about Lizard Karen, right?
Lizard Karen, yeah, Lizard Karen. You could see the video. The lady's like, your message, it's good. It's fine. It's good. But you can't do that here. Yeah, do your message. That's how she said, your message. Do your message. You know what I'm saying? Because she needed to find her little way to put it down because it doesn't fucking serve her and her interests. You know what I'm saying? So she felt like the way she could be a hero is kind of chastise this man for putting this on a building, not even knowing that was his own building. He lived there for 15 years. She tried to lie to that dude, tried to tell him, I know who lives here. I know. She came in with the arrogance, the air of ownership. You know what I mean? Simply because I walk down this street, I own this street. And that just doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. Because for too long, for too many generations, you kept sending 2 different messages, all right? You kept sending the message that we're a land of the free, that we're a land of the brave, we're ones that stand up to oppression, we fight. Again, I've said this before, we're the generation that grew up on the Hunger Games, bro.
Yeah.
We literally grew up learning about what's going on right now, okay? A whole government, corporation-based government set up to divide communities, you know what I mean? And the communities revolt. That's what's happening right now. We're a generation that grew up with that. So you don't think we're gonna fucking fight back? You think we're afraid to fight back in a sense and stand up to that government? We were taught to do that. We were taught to do that. So you messed up. You taught us to do that now. You taught us to be free, have a revolution, and we're doing that now. Now all of a sudden, that older generation is like, I don't understand why he's so aggressive. I don't know why the kid's so aggressive. What's going on here? Even J.K. Rowling couldn't get on it.
Oh my God.
Who would have thought Harry Potter was on the wrong side of history? God damn,
She was
dude.
killing it for years.
No, just flying under the radar, dude. Just not even thinking about it. You know what I mean? I'm over here, not even realize Harry Potter's a cop. You know what I'm saying? And them cop chasing a black man for 7 books. You know what I mean? Fucking, oh my gosh, dude. Crazy. Now all of a sudden I'm feeling for Voldemort now. You know what I mean? Fucking his dad lied to him. His mom abused him. You know what I mean? Grew up in foster care, bro. All right? All he wanted to do was live. That's it. He said, I want to learn how to live longer. And they were like, nah, you shouldn't be doing that, bro. You shouldn't be doing that, bro. I'm sorry, man. Baltimore's Black Lives Matter. You saw his fist, all right?
Oh my God.
That might be something problematic. Oh, well,
Holy
this may be the last
shit.
podcast I do. Who knows? But even still, like, who would have thought J.K. Rowling would be on the wrong side of history? Who would have thought that? I mean, who would have thought that? You know, she couldn't see that, but it's because, you know, she's right. She was right there in a generation that benefited from what was going on. It didn't affect them. It didn't hurt them. So she didn't feel the need to take any issue, and almost took a stand against what was going on. You saw the comments. She made very strong comments about, you know, the trans community and all that stuff. You know, talking, you know, and it was like even Daniel Radcliffe was like, bro, this the lady I've been fucking working for, really? Like, yeah, you're done now. We moving on without you. We moving. This train is not stopping. All right, it is not. Okay. I've said this before. Yes, one day the protests will stop. Yeah, one day people won't be in the streets like that. But I guarantee we are still going to be in legislation. We're still going to be doing stuff. First of all, ain't nobody going nowhere till, one, you lock up or arrest the motherfuckers who killed Breonna Taylor. Again, still, to this day, those motherfuckers have not been arrested. We're still waiting on that. Until we get justice for what we saw with George Floyd, until we find, you know, out more information on that, people are definitely going to be out there, you know, letting you know how we feel. So we want that. And it's going to bleed into so many other pieces of reform, man. I'm telling you, man, politicians, people are going to take notice. I learned about my alderman today, James.
Yeah.
Not today, Monday. I learned about my alderman on Monday.
You went out.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've gotten to a point now where I'm just like, this is it. I'm out here now. You know what I mean? This is the fight of my life. This is the fight of my life right now. Okay? To see change happen, to be out there with people and see change happen. But we are risking a lot. We are, man. We are risking a lot. You saw everybody out there. We got the mask on. COVID is real. We are risking a lot, man. It is on my heart. It's on the heart of so many people, man. We gotta fight this. We gotta keep fighting it. You know what I mean? Can't be afraid to fight it. Can't be afraid to speak out against it. Can't be afraid to carry out this energy. Can't be afraid to have that passion. You know what I mean? Gotta keep it. That's why I have it, you know what I mean? And I'm glad that I was able to, that's why I like to have it and show it, you know what I mean? I want people to see that. I want you to see that I have this passion, you know what I mean? I want you to see that I feel so strongly about this, because I know you do too, man. Like, I know you feel like this. I know you feel strongly about this. All of y'all, we have our own ways of feeling it, but we know that these feelings are very deep and they're very strong, and you don't have to be ashamed to express them. Let them out. Let people know how you feel, man. Like, honestly, it's time now. It is time now. It's no more he said, she said. It's no more, you know what I mean, what if. It's no more, let's kind of look at it from this angle and such and such. This is how it is. This is how it is now. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to bring this shit up. All, you know what I mean? When it comes up, we're going to talk about it. You know what I mean? If it makes it uncomfortable, yeah, you can leave, but I guarantee when you come back, we still going to be talking about this. You know what I'm saying? So just get ready, man. It's time. We're doing the work now. It's time to do the work. You know, and I'm here right here with you, man. I want to do the work too. I want to do the work, man. I want to, because it's like, you know, I've been trying to get people to listen. I'm not the only one. It's countless. We've been trying to get people to listen. And everyone's just like, oh, you crazy, you know, blah, blah, blah. That's some crazy information. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, if you say so, man, you know what I mean? You look up that black president, dude. Did you see that
Yeah,
thing?
his name is John Hanson.
Yeah. You know, stuff like that. Like I'm telling you, oh man, if you say so, man, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, you know, I'll just agree to disagree. It's no more of that no more. You know what I mean? This is what it is. This is where we are. This is what has been, and this is what can't happen anymore. You know what I mean? It's a new day, bro. Revolution is here, baby. You know what I mean? It is here. It's not going anywhere.
Then we're gonna be listening to Beethoven the whole time.
Oh, Beethoven is lit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wish we could. I'm not gonna lie. I cranked some Beethoven the other night, dude. I was like, this is lit, bro. Could you imagine? Could you imagine what this dude was doing back in the day, bro? Like, oh man, can't even, bro. We got here. We're here now. You're finding out we've been here. That's what these people are understanding. You're finding out just how much of a foundation you built your society on, as it pertains to us. And we're taking that foundation now because we're moving. You know what I mean? I keep saying it. We are moving, and we are what drove this country, this land to the success it has. So you're gonna have to ride with us now, because we driving, baby. We are driving. I think that's the most I can say on the subject, man. I really feel like I got a lot of good stuff out. As always, I feel changed. James, you feel good, man? How you
Always, baby.
Yeah. I hope this. I really do hope this touched some people, man. In here, if you have anything you would like to, add or subtract. Oh, I always open it up to comments. Any comments? We got anything like that?
We had. Let me see. Linwood Porter isn't here.
Okay.
He said, "What up?"
Hey, what up, Linwood? Yeah, me and him go way back, man. Way back. Funny story. I'll tell you a funny story about him. That's one of my friends from way back in the day. Anyway, I know people will watch this at different points, and you'll get what you get from it, man. I just appreciate you listening. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you being a part of this healing experience, man. It's been helping me, and I hope it helps you. And like I said before, man, we can't all be perfect, but we can be people. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So that's how I feel, guys. Thank you, and happy Juneteenth. Have a good night.